I'm such a stupid. Stupid. Time to talk about those arms. Nameco Dustin got our starting pitchers in this video, but check out all our other tiers, ranking videos, top 150 cheat sheet up on the site. Questions, post in the forums. Brent, tier 1.
Tier 1, we got 3 guys that are really good at throwing a baseball. That's why they're tier 1. They're really 1, A, B, and C, not 1, 2, 3. And that's Kershaw, Strasburg, Verlander. All these guys are going to get a ton of Ks, a ton of wins. Out of this bunch, we got Kershaw ranked number 1. We see a Cy Young this year in his future if we're just predicting it.
Oh yeah. Tier 2, ton of Ks in this tier as well. Starting out with David Price. This guy is very close to being tier 1 talent. We like everything there is about this guy. Really starting to come into his own. Great young pitcher. And then Cliff Lee, last guy on this tier. Old man at this point, but he's still doing it. Over 200 Ks again last year. If he can stay healthy, we expect the same.
All right, tier 3, 2 guys I want to talk about. I'm first going to say Matt Moore, post-sleeper hype. We like him for that reason. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on Chris Medlin of the Braves. This guy is
unbelievable.
Ridiculous after the All-Star break. Post All-Star break, he had a sub-1 ERA of .94. 95 innings pitched, 95 Ks. Gotta love that. He had 9 wins and 0 losses. It's ridiculous. I'm going to try to get this guy on every one of my teams. Clearly, he's not going to do that for a full season, but there wasn't a better pitch in the second half.
It's pretty impressive. Tier 4 starts out with a couple of guys I want to talk about. I love relief pitchers turn starters.
He does.
I have been waiting for Chapman to get his chance. I'm so excited about this guy. 122 Ks in 71 innings last year, 1.5 ERA. We'll see how he can do as a starter. They'll probably have him on some sort of pitch count or whatnot, but I love him. And I also like Chris Sale too. K per inning last year, ERA right around 3. I like this guy's upside. And I did want to talk about Yu Darvish real quick as well. He did finish the year strong in September. If he can carry that into this year, this guy with the K potential that he has does have the potential of being one of the top pitchers in the league.
Fan of Yu Darvish. Tier 5, we're going to talk about 2 guys. First one's R.A. Dickey. We've seen him ranked so much higher, and we understand why.
Oh, man.
Crazy season, great story. We just don't see the knuckleballer doing it again. And now he's with Toronto. He's going to be facing a little bit tougher lineups. Those Yankees are probably going to be all jumping all over that. We just don't see a repeat performance. Don't overpay to get him. Also want to talk about Tim Lincecum. Oh boy, for the other reason, God was he terrible. There's no way he's going to be that bad again this year. Could be a little bit undervalued if he just keeps slipping in your drafts.
Still almost 200 Ks for him.
Still almost 200 Ks.
The next guy is a guy that you wouldn't think would be this low, considering he did lead the league in strikeouts last year. And that's Max Scherzer. 231 Ks in 187 innings. Absolutely nuts. But 3.7 ERA, a whip right around 1.3. Like, the guy's just, he's good at striking people out, but until he puts it all together, we just can't put him any higher. But 5x5 leagues, obviously this guy has a lot of value just because of what he's going to do for you with the strikeouts.
Definitely a league-setting guy.
Definitely a league-setting guy. And then Josh Johnson, a guy I still like to talk about. He's still fairly young enough to where he could have a resurgence. He's had some really great stints as far as just pitching lights out, for months at a time. But he can't battles injuries, but he's still a guy, late round, not a bad guy to grab.
All right, so look at tier 7. We're going to start with Ryu, but spelled R-Y-U, like Hadouken. So we got to talk about him for the young kids at Street Fighter 2. You probably don't even know Super Nintendo's. Either way, I digress. He's going to get a lot of hype. The Dodgers paid a ton of money to get him over. Don't overdraft him based on the name. This is right where we think he should be. And then we got John Lester. Want to talk about him? All his cybermetrics. He definitely got unlucky. He definitely didn't pitch great either. Again, he might be a little bit undervalued due to being a little bit unlucky last year.
Tier 8, I want to talk about a couple of younger guys. Michael Fiers for Milwaukee's the first guy, over a K per inning, sub-4 ERA. This young guy does have some potential. And then Wade Davis is another guy I want to talk about out there for KC. He is going to be in the starting rotation. A few years back, he was a starter. Wasn't that great. Went into the pen last year. 87 Ks in 70 innings, 2.4 ERA. This guy pitched great. If he can convert that back into the starting role again.
And now that he's a relief pitcher going to starter, he's going to be awesome.
Well, hey, he figured something out last year. The Ks were there, so we'll see how he does.
He just ranking Summit. That's all that I heard about. But there's a lot of facts to prove it.
Neftali was one of those guys. Poor guy.
All right, as we're looking at tier 9, got to talk about Carl Walsh. I mean, he's got a sub 3 ERA. You're like, how's he ranked this low? Unlike John Lester, he got really lucky when you're looking at a lot of the cybermetric stuff. We just don't see a sub 3 ERA. He's going to go way too high in drafts for our liking.
And the last tier, guess who I want to talk about? A guy that's moving from the pen into the starting rotation. Hector Santiago for the White Sox. Over a K per inning last year for this guy. Now this is a really late round guy to grab. You know, I'm not really in love with what he did in the minors, and he did have a ERA of over 3, which isn't really what you want out of a guy out of the pen. But he had 40 walks in 70 innings, so I'm guessing that's the main source of his problem. Figure that out. He could be good. And then Andy Pettitte. I mean, let's see what happens. I mean, sub 3 ERA for his limited innings last year, almost a K per inning.
It's good to be on the drugs again.
We'll see what he can do.
Just keep it up.
He must work out where Roger Clemens worked out. But that was me implying that he was doing some sort of...
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Name, go. Go for it.
Yeah, that's it. Peace. Good luck in your fantasy seasons.
Subscribe to us and all that good stuff.
No, watch the other videos and catch that.
Yeah, watch it.
They're still shaking your head. You're implied.
Watch it. You know,
That's what they do.
I was implying that he was...
I know. But when you imply, you normally don't have to tell.
I just want to make
Just
sure
let it
people
ride.
got it. That's all.
Hadouken!